Welcome all, this is lecture 4 of module 2 traffic studies in traffic engineering, and this is in continuation with the previous lecture which was mainly focused on speed and delay studies. We had a detailed discussion on moving car method, the theory behind the method and its importance. The nature of a traffic stream is generally explained through the stream characteristics like flow, density and speed. The moving car method helps here by providing simultaneous measurement of traffic stream variable. Using moving car method, one can get the information on flow as well on the stream speed. So the third parameter, which is density, which can be derived by using the fundamental flow equation, which relates flow is equal to density into the space mean speed. So that means using the moving car method, which uses the test vehicle and 3 to 4 observers to collect the data, it has the advantage of obtaining the complete state. So generally this method is used to derive the relationship between fundamental stream characteristics. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss, or rather to solve, few numericals related to moving car method to reinforce the concepts delivered. The first problem, please have a look at the reference for more details. Consolidated data collected from a speed and delay studies by floating car method on a stretch of an urban road of length 3.5 km running north-south are given below. Determine the average values of volume, running speed and journey speed of the traffic stream along each direction. So looks like a straightforward question. You have an urban road. The length of the stretch is given as 3.5 km and they say that it runs north-south direction. Alright, so direction is important because floating car method, it always makes a round trip. So one round trip means there will be two trips. One is like north to south and south to north. Alright, so trips. These are trip numbers. This is round trip. Now you are asked to calculate average values of volume, running speed, journey speed along each direction. So you need to consider each direction separately. North-south direction, south-north direction. Calculate volume, that is Q, for which we do have equation, and speed. So we do have equation for average travel time, right? So if you know the travel time, then you can calculate speed, because the length is given distance divided by time, you will get into the speed of it. Now the difference between running speed and journey speed, please recollect, when you talk about running speed or running time, we are calculating only the time period in which the vehicle is moving. What is the average speed? But when you are talking about a journey, that means it is including all those delays which we faced. Alright, so that means just separating, the time in terms of its delay, so you can get to the travel time or running time. Accordingly, running speed and journey speed can be calculated. So very straightforward application of your equations which have been provided. Alright, so let's look into the data provided along for each direction of trip. First, they need to understand that they have made 8 trips. That means 4 round trips. Each of this trial has been repeated 4 times. 4 round trips have been made, which results into 8 trips. Each direction we have given. So we need to segregate first the direction wise. So we have data for 4 north-south direction and 4 south-north direction. Alright. For each direction we have data for journey time and delay, which is stopped delay. And we do have number of vehicles which have been counted when the test vehicle was moving along with the stream. How many number of vehicles have been overtaking and how many vehicles are overtaken by the test vehicle, and number of vehicles from opposite direction. Alright. Now let's look into the application of this equation, or when I say application means how do we look into the data to fit into the equation. Alright. This is the segregated data corresponds to the direction. So here north-south direction, 4 observations are there. Each 4 observation, and towards the end there have been 2 rows have been added, which indicates the sum total as well as the average value of it. So we have average for journey time, average delay time, and average for the number of vehicles. Similar exercise have been repeated for the south-north. Now when you are taking the average, you may have to be little careful regarding its unit. So here journey time and delay time is expressed in minute second. Say for example 6 minutes 32 seconds. second observation is 6 minutes 50 seconds. The third trial it takes 6 minutes 10 seconds. Fourth trial 6 minutes 28 seconds. That means when you add it up, the sum, you may be getting 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That means 24. Right, 24 minutes. But when you add all these seconds, it may give you 32 plus 50 plus 10 plus 28. That is 120 seconds. 6 minutes 120 seconds. That means 24 minutes 120 seconds, that is 26 seconds. 120 seconds corresponds to 2 minutes. Alright, so here this total is being expressed in terms of minute. Okay, 26 minutes. Now when you are calculating the average, there are 4 observations, so the summation divided by 4, 26 divided by 4, you may be getting it as 6.5. So you can consider it as 6.5 minutes, but the answer here is expressed as 6 minutes. Instead of 0.5 minute, it has been written in terms of seconds, that corresponds to 30 seconds. So 6 minutes 30 seconds. Similarly here in the second case, that means delay, it is 6 minutes delay, and when you are averaging it, it is like 1 minute 30 seconds. Alright, or you can take it as 1.5 minutes. So, but when you are substituting in equation, it should be in terms of single unit. That means it should be in minutes, or it should be in hours, or whichever the unit you are considering. So accordingly you need to take care of your magnitude. Alright, now second, coming to the number of vehicles averaging, I don't think there will be any confusion, because it's all the counts have been given, the number of vehicles, and take the sum of it and divide by the number of observation, in this case 4, and it leads to the number of vehicles. There is no unit, so nothing to be worried about. Now coming to the calculation part. So first parameter we need to calculate is flow for both the direction, right? So if you recollect the equation, we do have NA plus NY divided by TA summation TW. Alright, this is the equation for calculating volume. So this has to be calculated for each direction, north south and south north. Now let's look into first case, Q for north south direction. Let's look into the denominator first. We need TW TA, which corresponds to the average travel time taken to complete the journey when the test vehicle moves from north to south. That is, along with means it is TW, and when the vehicle travels from south to north, that is the opposite of it. Alright, so TA when the test vehicle is against the stream or opposite to the stream. TW corresponds to the stream. So when we talk about north-south direction, for example, the TW would be the average value which we have calculated here, and TA would be the opposite direction. That means you need to take the journey time corresponds to the south-north direction. Alright, so I hope that denominator part is clear. Coming to the numerator part, NY and NA. So NY generally corresponds the number of vehicles which you observed when the moving vehicle was along the stream. That is, when vehicle is traveling from north to south, how many vehicles have been overtaking the test vehicle, and how many vehicles have been overtaken by the test vehicle. Alright, so this we need to subtract it, and that is the value corresponds to NY. Whereas NA, when you are talking about NA, when the test vehicle is traveling from south to north, how many vehicles were counted in the north-south direction? That is what is NA. Alright, so then that means we should not be taking the count of 272, that is wrong. We should be taking the count of 179, because we need to know for the north-south direction how many vehicles were moving when the test vehicle was moving from south to north. Alright, so this is how you need to take it. So now let's see how do we substitute into the equation. So for the north-south case, first calculate NY, which is overtaking minus overtaken, so which is minus 1.5. This number sign is very important. And NA, as I said, it is the average number of vehicles in the opposite direction. So you need to count in the SN trips, south to north trips, how many vehicles are there in the opposite direction. So that is 179. And T and TW, which we clearly explained, please note down it is in minute we are taking, so 6.5 minutes and 7.6 minutes. So from the data, it's just the segregation of data and calculating its average and understanding which are the data has to be substituted into the equation. Once we have all this data, we can directly substitute it. As I said, this is minus 1.5. That is why our numerator is minus 1.5. Alright, so that will give you 12.59 vehicle per minute. That is the volume of it. Now coming to the journey time, we do have equation which is TW minus NY divided by Q. Again, all these data are there here with us. Only thing is you need to substitute it, and which you will be getting into the minutes, 6.62 minutes. So please recall what we said with respect to the unit conversion. Think about it accordingly. You need to consider it when you are substituting the values. The same exercise has to be repeated for its the other direction also. Alright. So the first quantity, which is flow, which has been calculated. Now next you have been asked to calculate both journey speed as well as running speed. But we have calculated only the journey time, right? Now you need to calculate speed. So distance by time. Distance is given already in the question, that is a 3.5 kilometer. So 3.5 kilometer divided by journey time of 6.62 minutes, you will get the answer in kilometer per hour. But if you would like to convert into kilometer per hour, you can multiply with 60 and you may get an answer of 31.7 kilometer per hour. This indicates average journey speed. Now, if you want to calculate running speed, what is running speed? It is the effective speed or average speed when the vehicle was in motion. We are not talking about any delay which has been occurred. So you need to deduct the delay from the journey time. So then that means you need to calculate the running time. Deduct the delay which we have calculated as part of averaging the data. So we do have average stop delay. Subtract that delay from average journey time, which you will get it as 5.12 minutes. That is average running time. And do the same exercise, distance by time, you will get into 41 kilometer per hour. Alright, so this is how you need to calculate journey time and running. Journey time, journey speed, running time, running speed. The same exercise have to be repeated for the other side, south-north direction, so that accordingly we can calculate what was the speed and running speed as well as journey speed for it. Alright. The last problem was more of a straightforward application of data and to calculate volume and running speed and journey speed of a stream along each direction. Probably we may have to just worry about how do we substitute the data into the equation. That was the only thing which was been looked in the previous problem. Whereas this second problem stated here is talking about how do we calculate the stream variables from a moving car method. So let's read the problem. The length of a road stretch used for conducting the moving observer test is 0.5 km and the speed with which the test vehicle moved is 20 km per hour. Given that the number of vehicles encountered in the stream while the test vehicle was moving against the stream is 107, number of vehicles that had overtaken the test vehicle is 10 and the number of vehicles overtaken by the test vehicle is 74. Find flow, density and average speed of the stream. So we spoke about the importance of this method and said that we commonly use this method to get the relationship between fundamental stream characteristics, right? Because it provides simultaneous measurement of traffic stream variables. So we do have the data here and we need to now talk about what is its flow, density and speed of the stream. Alright, so there are no number of observations or something here similar to the last problem. It has been given all the data. Just understand it. There is a stretch and the stretch is given as 0.5 kilometer length. Alright, and the test vehicle speed is given, which is moving with 20 km per hour. Now when the test vehicle was moving along with the stream, there have been number of vehicles overtaken and overtaking, which is given as 10 and 74. Alright, and in the opposite direction, that means when the vehicle was moving, test vehicle was moving in the opposite direction, the number of vehicles counted is 107. So these are the data given. Alright, now let's see what all things we can get it. Yes, I will come to know about what is NA here, what is NY here, right? the speed is which has been given and length is given. So you have asked here to calculate the three macroscopic parameters, Q, density and stream speed, right? So we do have equation for flow, we do have equation for the stream speed. Both have been, we have derived it. If you have further queries on it, you can refer to the previous lecture where we have had the complete derivation of these two parameters. And once you get these two parameters, use the fundamental flow equation and calculate the density. Alright, so first look into the equation of flow. So when we say flow, it is Na plus Ny divided by Ta plus Tw. That means you need the average travel time for each direction. Now in this case, you have not provided with the what is the time taken by the vehicle to reach from one end to the another end, whereas the speed of the vehicle has been given, which is been 20 km per hour, and you are also provided with the what is the stretch length, which is 0.5. So we need to assume that for the trial round trip, that means each direction, the Ta and Tw is same, which is the time taken by the vehicle to reach from one end to the other end. Alright, and how do you get it? If you know the distance and if you know the speed of it, time can be calculated by distance divided by the speed of it. Alright, so Tw is equal to 0.5 divided by 20, which gives you 0.025 hour, same as Tw. So Ta, Tw. Now when you have Ta, Tw, what you need is Na and Ny, which is already straight away given in the question. Na is given as 107 and Ny is subtracting 10 minus 74, number of vehicles overtaken and overtaking. You can calculate the flow, that is 860 vehicle per hour. Alright, now the second thing is, so first parameter we got its flow. To calculate the second parameter, that is stream speed. So we do have the derivation and we got the equation for speed, which is L divided by Tw minus Ny divided by flow. Now all these values are there, so we can directly calculate, what is the stream speed. So substitute the values, whereas Ny here 10 minus 74, this flow is something we have calculated now. So you may be able to get a value of 5 km per hour, which is the stream speed. Now we have Q and V, and the fundamental flow equation equates Q is equal to K into V. So one can calculate density by dividing flow by the stream speed, and you will get density as 172 vehicle per kilometer. So this is how we will use this method to calculate the complete state or in characteristics of the traffic stream. That means calculating using the data to calculate flow and speed, use the fundamental equation to calculate density. So the three parameters, that's what in the beginning we said this method is quite advantage because it's able to provide the simultaneous measurement of traffic stream variable. Alright. Okay, so with this we are going to wind up this session. So I hope both the numerical solved has given the different aspects of speed and delay studies. If you have any further questions or queries, you can either put the comments. All right, thank you.